is based in Kano State. He's from Delta State, that's Prince Patrick Osadebay, and is currently based in Kano State, Nigeria. He graduated from Bayero University, Kano, where he studied library and information science and geography. He holds 2 diplomas in criminology and also in business administration. Currently, he works as an examination officer with Cedar Presidential College. And he's a black belt, as I said earlier, and he has just concluded the HP Mentor a Teacher program. He teaches geography and computer science. As a teacher, he has received many awards. He received from Zenith Bank, UKAID, SPIN, Learn Africa, Nigeria Police Force, Kano State, and also UNESCO MGI EP, to mention a few. So I present to you Prince Patrick Osadebay as he takes us through 1 million teachers, black belts versus martial arts black belts. Mr. Patrick, the floor to you. Hello, Mr. Patrick.
I don't know what's happened to Mr. Patrick. Sorry about that. Okay, while we wait, can we type in the chat, what does it mean to be a 1 million teachers black belt? While we wait for Mr. Patrick. Okay, thank you for those that are typing in the chat. Okay. So, nobody has written anything? From good evening. Okay, Alabiri Sikat. It's, for me, it's having the opportunity to become better, to be in a position of power, because knowledge, they say, is power. So obviously, by becoming a black belt, you've increased your knowledge about your profession and you become more confident. Okay, to be a lifelong learner. Thank you, Babajide Yusuf. To be a lifelong learner. Maria Shehu Matawale, to be a 1 million teacher is a great opportunity and a lifelong learning in education, in life, to learn and continue to learn. Doku says to be a 1 million teacher black belt is to have achieved the highest level of proficiency in the 1 million teachers program. Remember, Ijoma, to be a 1 million teacher black belt is to be reformed teacher who has been equipped to transform and impact lives. I like that. Being a black belt for me means professional empowerment. Thank you, Grace. Great to be here as a 1 million teacher black belt teacher. Good evening. It's a pleasure sharing with you people. Kindly, the speakers project their voices. Being a global community educator, having the exposure to advanced learning context. Great. Okay, so for me, being a black belt is to learn and relearn and correct those misconceptions. I learn about the latest developments in education. And like you said, lifelong learning. You never stop learning. He who dares to teach never ceases to learn. We continue to learn, to unlearn any bad habits. Those of us that are a bit older, you know, things used to be done differently in our days. So we have to unlearn certain things and learn new things. So I think I saw Mr. Patrick join us. Maybe he had some technical.
Yes, ma, he has joined us, ma.
Okay,
I
so
think
Patrick,
it's a technical hit on his.
okay, all right. So back to you, Mr. Smart and Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, good evening once again. Mr. Patrick is on the line now. He's on this call and he has unmuted himself. So, Mr. Patrick, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the delay. I had some technical difficulties here. But
yeah, sorry, Mr. Patrick, sorry. You can cut
for now.
hello,
So
you can cut your video
feed into the activity of
please cut your video feed to manage the bandwidth, please. You can cut your video feed. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I believe everybody can still hear me. All right. So today we'll be looking at martial arts black belts versus 1 million teachers black belts. Many people will be wondering, martial arts, what relationship has martial arts with 1 million teachers, or teachers and martial arts? What relation does it have, or what do they have in common? And that is what we'll be looking at in this whole session. So without wasting much time, let's move to the next slide. Next slide, please. Now let's start off with this question. What does it mean to be a black belt? To be a 1 million teacher black belt? What does it mean to be a 1 million teacher black belt? Now you can send your answers to the chat line, yes. Yes, let's give our comments on the chats. You can unmute yourself and respond. Okay, I'm not getting any response from anyone.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, among change makers, yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening, Dorcas.
Can you hear me?
Dorcas,
yes,
actually, go ahead.
To unlearn and relearn.
Okay.
Yes.
To be a black belt is to unlearn, relearn, and learn, and also opportunity for a long life learning.
Okay, that's a good one. Thank you for that. Well, without wasting much of our time, black belt actually represents a state of mastery. A state of mastery, but it is the beginning of a deeper learning journey. 1 million teachers black belt is a state of mastery, but actually, in reality, it's the beginning of a state of journey. That quote was said by a famous actor we all know, Jackie Chan. He stated that quote in one time ago. He said that every black belt is a master, but once you attain black belt, it's the beginning of your journey to excellence. So we'll now go into the introduction. Let's go into the introduction and see what we have. It says, as black belt, it is pertinent that we understand who we are. We should understand that as black belts, we are not just here to just gain knowledge. We are not just here to just add certificates to ourselves. We are not just here to say, okay, let us just have that name, black belt. No, it's a journey. It's a journey that we are going on. For some of us, some people, the journey has come to an end. As long as they've attained black belt, they feel that, no, there is nothing else for them to go further in life for. There is nothing for them to even do further on. So in this session, we are going to be looking at what can we do to keep that fire burning as a black belt. Next slide, please. Now, we are going to be looking at what are some characteristics of someone who is a black belt. In the martial arts, there are so many of them. At least I've been opportune to undergo martial arts training. So I know in the martial arts, there are so many characteristics that a person who attains black belt should have. But being a black belt now as a 1 million teacher, what do you think are those characteristics that personally you should have? Yes, you can put your answers on the chat box. Yes, let's put in our answers.
What's the question again, please?
I can see someone said that the black belt, continuous learning and practicing educator. Yes, thank you. Empathy, lifelong learning. Yes. Now, let's move to the next slide. Next slide, please. Now, here are some key 7 characteristics of every black belt. As a 1 million teacher, you should possess these key 7 characteristics. And even in the martial arts world, in general, these are the key 7 characteristics. Effective teaching skills. You should be able to impart people with what you have learned. You should have leadership abilities. You should have continuous learning mindset, strong communication skills, good technological skills, dedication and perseverance, and self-discipline. All these are the characteristics you should show as a black belt. They are things that you should always carry with you. You should exhibit wherever you are found. Let's move on. Next slide, please. Next slide, jump to the next slide, please. Now, if you look at this is an image of the journey to excellence as a 1 million teacher black belt. Every 1 million teacher, yes, you sent in your data, you were onboarded, you started from white belt, you went on and on and on, having to go through 11 different belts. And now coming around, you got your certificate, after getting your certificate and all that. Now, all these things are what makes the journey to excellence of being a black belt. But we are not just dwelling on just being a black belt. How can you forge ahead as a black belt? That is what this session is all about. Now let's move to the next slide as we delve into what we have today. As black belts, how can we drive ourselves to excellence? What can we do? What are those things that will make us continue to go further, continue to always have that drive, that passion to always say, okay, let's keep on moving? What are those things? Yes, if you can put your answers on the chat box. I see somebody saying continuous learning. Yes, continuous learning. Yes, determination. Yes, thank you for that, Ido. Practicing what you learned. Yes. and so many other things. Now, move to the next slide, please. Thank you. Now, the drive for excellence can be achieved by imbibing certain qualitative, constructive, and practical skills. These three words should not be toyed with. Qualitative, they should be things that, yes, bring out the quality in you. They should be constructive, things that, yes, matter, and they should be practical, things that people can see and emulate from you. Practical skills that will effectively take you to that pedestal of excellence. Every martial arts expert seeks to become the best. So also as 1 million teacher black belts, we should inculcate values and skills that will make us stand out. Every 1 million teacher, let us not just look at it that the certificate, attaining that certificate is the end of it. We should always strive to always make ourselves stand out, make ourselves that, yes, wherever people see us, wherever people look at us, they know that, yes, this is a teacher or this is an educator with a difference. This is somebody that, yes, is distinct. This is somebody that is unique. This is somebody that cannot be toyed with. Let's move to the next slide. Now, let's now begin to look at what are those things. And I outlined 7 key things or tips that will drive us to excellence. Number 1, celebrate your accomplishments. Celebrate your accomplishment. Many people, you have achieved black belts and you have journeyed through from white belt down to orange belt to green belt, through gear rising, up to your gray belt. Be proud of all these steps that you have gone through. Be proud that, yes, you have learned something. Be proud that, yes, see yourself, give yourself a pat on the shoulder and be happy that, yes, you've been able to achieve something that some people out there are taking for granted. Some people are looking down on. I remember one time when I was studying martial arts and when I was able to graduate from the white belt, in fact, I had to host a party for myself. And somebody was like, you are not yet a black belt, but you are hosting a party. I said, do you think it's easy going from white belt to the next belt? It's not easy. So every step you take, celebrate your little victories because that keeps you going. That keeps you going. It's like a joy motivation in you that always brings out the energy for you to do more. Let's move to the next slide. The second tip that will drive you to excellence is have the attitude to inspire others. As a black belt, you should be a source of inspiration. If you are within a vicinity, your school, your society, your environment, and people are not learning something from you, they are not emulating you, they are not trying to say, okay, let me see if I can get something from this person, then I tell you, you need to have to go and sit back and tell yourself that, no, you need to take this course again. I got to understand from Bruce Lee, the greatest martial artist that has ever lived. People emulated him. He was a source of inspiration to many people. A lot of people today practicing martial arts, all of them learned from him. He decided to do things in ways that people wanted to get to know him. People wanted to get to know why he was different, what made him unique. And as they got to know, they got to see that, yes, doing what he was doing made them outstanding. So whatever you do, keep on pushing yourself because as you push yourself, please, can we mute ourselves, please? Thank you. Like I was saying, as you begin to push yourself, you begin to do things that will make people want to learn from you. Things that will begin to make people, yes, see that, yes, you are different. And yes, you are leading with example. Next slide, please. The third tip says, embrace continuous learning. This is one part of excellence, drive to excellence that I love. So many black belts, we have gone through the 1 million teacher learning, all the belts, but how many of us have gone through the 1 million teacher portal to find out, are there relevant courses that I can still do? Are there relevant things that I can still take? How many of us sign up for other courses outside the 1 million teacher to enhance our learning? I was going through the 1 million teacher portal some weeks back, and I got to see a course direct from Queens. And going through that course, I got to understand so many things about tech education. And from that, I was able to at least present that certificate. And I've been getting a lot of people asking for how to do that course. Now, as 1 million teacher, we should endeavor as black belts to always drive ourselves to learn. Always make sure that, yes, we are trying to gather more knowledge. Look, knowledge is something that is always evolving. Knowledge is something that is always changing. We're in a world that is ever growing. So if you are not keeping abreast with the knowledge base and things that are coming up, you will always stand back. You'll always be kept at the back. So it is better to always keep yourself at the forefront of everything by continuous learning. Stay curious. Always embrace new challenges. Don't see any difficulty. If you don't know about technology, go and seek for technological learning. Always try to make sure that, yes, you are doing something that will make sure you are learning. Can we go to the next slide, please? The next slide, yes, this is another tip. Foster a collaborative spirit. You are not an island on your own. You are not you don't have monotony of knowledge. As a black belt, you should be able to encourage collaboration. You should be open to communication, and you should have a supportive environment around you. I think you should be able to contribute your best to people and learn from them. I got to understand something in life long ago, that even the smallest child can teach you. Even the smallest child can teach you something that you think you know. You come to see it in a new way. So don't ever look down on anybody. Don't feel that, oh, I'm a black belt. Yes, I'm above everybody. No, you are supposed to humble yourself and make sure you mix with people. Therein, you are bringing them together. And in that vein, you are carrying everybody together with you. You are not just leaving everybody down. There's one thing you should know. If you place a ladder on a wall, it's easy for somebody at the bottom of the ladder to pull you down. And the person at the top, it will be difficult for the person at the top to pull the person from the bottom up. So you are at the top, make sure that you carry people to be at the same pedestal with you, at the same level with you, so that together you people can climb that ladder to excellence together. So make sure you carry along your colleagues, your peers, your friends. Make sure you carry them along. Don't leave anybody behind. That is one of the key attributes of excellence as a black belter. Next slide, please. Persevere through challenges. Everything in life is a struggle. Life is a struggle. Life has its hurdles, its potholes. I was asking somebody the other day, a car that is going along the road, there will be many potholes on the road. It might miss one pothole, but it might not miss every pothole. So you as a black belt, don't think that because you have attained black belt, you are now a master of knowledge. You won't face challenges. Challenges will come. Difficulties will come. Take, for instance, just of now, I was supposed to even present, and we had technical difficulties. Now, if it's for some people, they might have given up. They'll look at it that, oh, no, because of this, I'm not going to do it. But no, always keep on. Let your focus be on the end of the rope. Let your focus be at the goal. I use this analogy in school most times. I always tell my students, I say, if you have 8 runners on a track, everybody is looking at the end of the goal. If there are hurdles before them, Every one of them is running, not looking at what the other person is doing. Even if he hits down the hurdle, he will still continue going because his end point is let him cross the finish line. So as black belts, our end point should always be striving for excellence, trying to be better, trying to make sure that, yes, we are growing in excellence day by day. One of the key words I saw, a key quote I saw of recent, posted by someone on the Facebook by Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison said, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Always try one more time. Always take a step that, yes, you are going to make it. You will make it no matter what. You will always make it. And as you continue to take that step, you will see yourself doing better. You will see yourself always excelling." Next slide, please. Lead with integrity. I love the definition of integrity there's one definition of integrity that I love so much, and it was given by Katrina Meyer. She said that integrity is making sure that the things you say and the things you do are in alignment. The things you say and the things you do are in alignment. That is that what you are doing and what you are saying are balanced, are in equilibrium. You are not saying one thing and doing another. You're not saying that, okay, this is what we'll do, and at the end of the day, people are seeing you doing another thing. You should be a role model. You should lead by example. Let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. Don't be a two-faced individual. Always make sure that you keep focused to show that, yes, whatever you do, it should be filled with integrity, it should be filled with honesty, and it should have a high level of ethical standard that it will inspire people. And by the time people see it in you, they want to say, okay, Kai, no, let me follow this person. Let me make sure to see how to become like this person. I have students in my school that always tell me, "Uncle, you are always coming to school early. Why do you do it? You don't have anything doing in the school." I say, I come to school early because I don't like late coming. And I feel that late coming, if I come late, then what will I teach you, the students? So definitely, I am showing an example to them that by me coming early, they too should come early so that tomorrow they will be inspired to know that anywhere they are, punctuality is key to success in life. So integrity has everything to do with your lifestyle. It has everything to do with what you do. It's being fair, it's being honest, it's having moral values, it's being true to yourself, it's you being accountable for everything you do. So in this life, let us know that, yes, our integrity should stand out. Next slide, please. Next slide. Keep setting goals. This is the last key to excellence, the last key to excellence. And I love what Usain Bolt said, the fastest man on earth. He said, you have to set for yourself goals so you can push yourself harder. Without goals, there is no reason for moving forward. Without goals, there is no reason for taking a step. Every runner has a goal, the finish line. And if that goal is not in the mind of that runner will just fall behind, because at the end of the day, he will feel that he cannot make it. And it's the finish line that always tells if you are a success. I often tell people this. I told them, the person that crosses the finish line is first, yes. But as long as everybody crossed the finish line, they are all a success. So if you cross the finish line, it doesn't matter the time you cross the finish line, but make sure you cross the finish line. Always set goals, always work towards achieving something in your life. Always have things, a focus, a plan that you know you work to. Don't just wake up in the morning and say, no, this I don't. You just wake up into the day and keep doing things anyhow you like. I love what I was studying about Usain Bolt, and I got to understand that every time this man keeps on challenging himself, he runs up a hill, maybe he runs up that hill for 36 seconds today. The next day, he tells himself that no, he will run up that hill for this second, and he will keep on fighting until he makes sure he makes sure he breaks that record. He makes sure he beats that record in him. And that is one of the things that we should do as black belts. I love also what Bruce Lee said. Bruce Lee says, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So you as a person, keep doing that thing. Keep finding new ways of evolving on that thing you are doing. Keep finding new ways of breaking boundaries, making yourself go higher and higher. And I tell you, as you do that, you will find out that, yes, you are excelling and you are reaching a stage wherein people will begin to look up at you. Next slide, please. Now, for me, so far, ever since I became a 1 million teacher black belt, it has been a tremendous journey for me. It has been a journey that, in fact, it has woken a passion in me that I sleep 1 million teacher. I wake up and what is ringing in my mind is 1 million teacher. How to be better, how to become the best I am, how to stand out. I see myself as being better than anyone, because that is how you can really tell yourself that, yes, don't try to compare yourself to somebody. Stand out. Don't be a photocopy. Be an original. Be an original. For me in my school, 1 million teacher program, having to imbibe these 7 key tips has made me stand out in so many areas. And I just outlined 3 areas here where it has helped me. Like in my school now, I have, through the Girl Rising program, I've been opportune to help girls see how important they are. We're in the northern area here in the north, wherein, yes, for the girls going to school, they feel that after school, there's nothing for them again. They just see school as just a formality for them to just say, yes, they went to school. Primary and secondary education, yes, they have it. But they don't see that there is anything beyond that. But for me, I've been able to start little by little, giving them that sense of importance, making them understand and know that, yes, they are important. They should not be a liability. They shouldn't see themselves as liabilities. They should see themselves as assets. Also, I've been able to inculcate in my students the right use of technology. Most of them just have phones, iPhones, smartphones, but they don't know how to use it. Now, through having to show them that, yes, these phones they can use it in many ways for them to better themselves. I, for one, I always tell them, and I'm saying it to many that are listening to me, I train myself on computer education. I didn't go to any 4 walls of any school to learn computer education. Through learning, through studying Wizard, through Google and everything, I was able to understand the workings of certain things on the computer. So you can sit back and even train yourself. We have so many teaching techniques on teaching things on YouTube. You can go there, Google, download it, watch it, learn it. And that is how students have been able to help them. Also, I've been able to introduce diverse technological tools to my colleagues, like Google Classroom, the use of Google Classroom, Kahoot, and Google Slides. Many of them, in fact, some of them, because even in our last exam, some of them were able to apply the use of Kahoot in doing tests, setting up quiz and sharing their link with students, and the students does the quiz at their spare time, and the result comes to the teacher. Now, the teacher does not need to have to now go and start marking scripts. Everything is now technologically based. So help yourself, stand out for excellence. Try to apply all these things. Try to show people that what you have learned, they also can use it to better themselves. Next slide, please. I love this quote from Please, hello. Thank you. I love this quote. I have two quotes here on excellence. The first is from Paris Sexton. He said, excellence is in the details. Give attention to the details in everything you do, and excellence will come. Everything you do, ask yourself, why am I doing it? What is the reason for me doing it? If you know the why and the what, I tell you, you will begin to see how to do it. If you know the why and the what of everything you are doing, you will begin to see how to do it. That is what excellence is all about. The details matter a lot. The details in what you are doing matter a lot. The second quote on excellence, next slide, please. He said, the pursuit of excellence with unrestrained passion can lead to the accomplishment of wonders with unsurpassed joy. The pursuit of excellence with unrestrained passion. You should have a burning passion. There should be a desire, an unquenchable desire in you to always learn, to always want to know things, to always ask questions, to always find out things. Don't allow things to rest. Always make sure you do things now. I always tell myself, anything that cannot be done now, that means it's not important. So I make sure I push myself to achieve and do things that, yes, every goal I set for myself, I must make sure I accomplish it. I don't wait to procrastinate on things. I make sure I pursue whatever I'm doing so that it makes me at the end stand out in whatever I am doing. That people begin to look at me and say, yes, this person is working towards excellence. And that is how, as black belts, we should be. Because every martial art expert, all the martial art experts in the world that we have today, every one of them. Hello. Every martial arts expert is driving towards excellence. So as they drive towards excellence, also they are seeing that it's better. So for us as black belts, we should always continue to push ourselves forward. Now I ask a question. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now I am asking you this question as I round up. Are you a black belt, 1 million teacher black belt asset, or you are a 1 million teacher black belt liability? Are you someone that has just got the certificate and yes, you are just there by the side? Now you have become a spectator to those that are excelling. Or are you an asset that, yes, people will now be cheering you on. People will be looking at you and saying, keep on going, keep on working hard. So that question is what I am leaving you with. Next slide. In conclusion. Next slide in conclusion. Now in conclusion, I said, remember, being a 1 million teacher black belt is not just a title. It's a mindset and a commitment to excellence. It's a mindset and a commitment to excellence. Embrace the journey, support your team, and continue to strive for greatness. I wish every one of us that have listened to this session the best of luck in all your future endeavors. And I hope that as we have had all this, the tips that we have had, let us begin to work with them. And as we work with them, I am telling you, the world will soon begin to hear about you. Thank you. Next slide, please. Thank you. That's that brings me to the end of my session for today. Thank you, and I appreciate everyone for listening.
Wow. That was a very great one from Mr. Patrick there. And as we have seen, it's a way of us ensuring that we do not just stay in a place having become a black belt. It's for us to do more and know that we just started. Because as it is in black belt, once you attain the black belt, you are on the first dan, you go to the second dan, you go to the third dan, until you get to the seventh dan, like people like Jackie Chan. He's a seventh dan black belt.
Yes.
So
yes.
for us, we are expected not to just remain at a place, as he said. He has asked us, are we assets or liabilities? So for us, in case there are questions that we need to ask and get more clarification, the floor is open. Just unmute yourself and ask your question. Or you, first thing, please,
I have a question.
just lift your hand, let's know, then you ask your question. Go ahead, ma'am.
He said about a platform where you send to students questions and then it marks and then gives you the feedback as a teacher. I didn't hear the platform.
Yes,
Will
listening.
you please repeat?
That's cow.
Yes.
Mr. Patrick?
Yes, I'm with you.
She's asking that there was a place you mentioned that questions will be sent to students and the questions will be marked and the result will get to the students and the teacher will see it. Kahoot, I think so.
The application is Kahoot, K-A-H-O-O-T.
I get, thank you.
Okay, all right.
Do we have any other question, please? Or in case there are comments.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Mr. Oladapo.
Yes, sir. Please, I will like to request that the slides be sent to the group chat so that we can also have access to it to check on it again and again, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Any other question or comment?
I'm seeing a question that how about Google Classroom? How does it compare to Kahoot? Somebody asked a question on that.
Yeah, it's your question. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Well, Google Classroom is basically more advanced than Kahoot. Kahoot is just basically a quiz platform. It's just basically for quizzes or tests. But Google Classroom is more of a tutorial. It's just like a Zoom platform. You can use it for online teaching. You can use it for lectures. You can give your lecture notes, leave your lecture notes there, and students can be able to access them. You can even leave assignments there. Students can be able to access the assignments, give their response, their answers, and also they can even be able on Google Classroom to also collaborate with themselves in group work. So Google Classroom is has a whole lot of other features, so much that time will not permit us to really start delving into that. But it's far more advanced than Kahoot.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. There is a question here by, let me see, let me look at it. Yeah, Molin Otieno, I think I pronounced that correctly. He said, what is this thing about first dan, second dan? I would like to know more about the dance. Thank you. Okay. Actually, the moment you attain black belt, the first level, you are a first dan black belt. However, your activities will take you to the next level, which is making you a second dan. A second dan is someone that has brought up other first dan black belts. And to get to third dan, you also have to bring up other people who have brought up other first dan. It's just like that in that category. It's your activity, what you have done, and your level of impact in your environment is what makes you second dan, third dan. I hope that answers your question, Molly.
Hello, yes, you've answered my question about the dance. It's been really bothering me. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So someone said, so it is like Ponzi. No, that is, no. Well, the way you look at it, that's not what it means. It's like a pyramid, not Ponzi pyramid now.
Not Ponzi
This is
at
you
all.
you bringing people up. You know, that word Ponzi is what is what makes it different. No, it's not Ponzi. It's like a pyramid actually, where you support others to come up while you move up again. So that's how it works. Thank you. That of Ponzi is a scheme that's no, that's not what we are saying, sir.
I think somebody asked a question here, but I don't think that's a question. Maybe he said that he just completed his black belt and he wants to know what black belt means. He's just joining the meeting. So I would say maybe after the session, you can check the chat room on the WhatsApp group for the slide and all that.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Hello.
Yes,
good evening,
Mr.
everybody.
Ernest. Yeah, Mr. Ernest.
Yes. Yeah, good evening. Greetings from Rwanda.
Okay,
you're welcome.
Ernest.
In fact, I thank very much Mr. Patrick for his wonderful presentation.
Thank
I
you,
don't
sir.
have a question, but I want to really to confirm that Patrick is an example of black belt. If you visit the black belt community, you see how he's really inspiring us. What he said is really true. Is an example. He really challenged us, and according to what I think I saw that many of us are really liabilities, and you have to be assets. So taking an example of really what a black belt is, and just putting in mind that we should be assets, we should be role models, we should help our colleagues at our schools to come up with such a mindset and being asset to others, helping others to come up, to embrace that vision, to help learners get connected to their dreams, as Hakim always says, and really show that we didn't. Being black belt is not a title. We should do something. I loved what really Patrick always does on our groups on black belt community, and I really want to appreciate him very much. He's really our inspiration. Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. Thank you
very much, Mr. Ernest. I really am humbled by your words. Thank you so much.
So, okay, Docus, you may unmute. Okay, you are unmuted.
So much. Thank you so much, Smart. Thank you so much, Patrick. You are awesome. Thank you for teaching us so well. For me, I really want to pass on an encouragement that, like Patrick has said, learning never stops. And also, because learning never stops, there are some things that we should know and understand as black belts. What do I mean? For example, if you have gone through the program diligently, if you have done the program, you have obtained every information there, then at this stage, because we are dealing with black belts, there are things we should be able to understand. What is a black belt? How do I get belts? So for me, it's that emphasis on, can we be examples? Can we be examples? Can we learn some of these basics? Because if we cannot learn them, then we cannot teach others. And then we cannot attract others to come to the program, because we attract them by spreading the gospel of what a black belt does. And you cannot do what a black belt does if you do not understand the concept of a black belt. So my prayer is, can we actually be seekers of information and understand what a black belt is, what we are supposed to do, and then deliver on it. Otherwise, thank you so much. Patrick, you are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. I really appreciate you, Ma. Thank you very much, Ma.
Yeah, thank you, Docus. Ishaku Elisha Yawa, I see your hand raised. Could you please unmute yourself and speak?
Can you hear me?
Clearly,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah, I'm
Clearly,
here.
sir.
Yeah, I'm calling from Nigeria, and I still want to have a clarification as regards to moving from black belts step 1 to that of 2 in that order. I still need clarification because I registered under someone, so I don't know if there is a link which I can use now to register others that would push me up the ladder, like you said. I didn't get the clarification on that, please.
Okay. What you do next is on the chat, you can chat up Mrs. Fatima.
Okay.
She will tell you more about that.
Okay, all right.
However, if there are people you want to register, you can push them up for registration. Let's get clarifications more from her also. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate it.
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, he was talking about moving from first down to second down to third down. No. He mentioned, sorry, Ma, he was talking about people he can register, that he has other people he wants to register. He's talking about moving from first down to
it's about bringing people into 1 million teachers.
Yes,
so
that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, so the online is start. I can send you the online address, start at 1 million teachers, or Mr. Arinze, our client advisor, can give you his phone number. Those are usually the two ways. You can go online, start at start1millionteachers.com, and that will give you. So you can send a direct message to me after this. It's about bringing people up. To be a first Dan, you have to have introduced 1 million teachers to your school, to your friends, and then those people are bringing other people up. You become a second Dan, and it's the more people you introduce to the 1 million teachers program, because that's what it's all about. We're not going to hit our target of 1 million teachers if we just keep it to ourselves. So who are you influencing? What impact are you creating in your community?
Okay, thank you. It's understood.
All right, thank you.
I will communicate to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Sorry, Ishiaku, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I said I understood. It's cleared, and I will try to contact you and get more information, ma, directly.
Okay, all right.
Yes, ma.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Mr. Patrick Osadebay. All the black belts should be like him. We've all felt his impact, his contribution to the organization, but that's what it's all about. It's creating that impact in your school, in your society, and all around you. So that's all for now. Thank you for joining today's session. We are going to call it a day now. It's 3 minutes past 6 Nigerian time. The video and the slides will be available later today. So I will be posting it on the WhatsApp group. Thank you very much. Have a nice day or a nice evening.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
From me
Have a
here.
nice evening.